All right, guys, I have some walnut here, and I'm going to try and make it into a tortilla press. I'm going to use some maple and some oak as well. The first step is going to be running these boards through the planer. Here are the boards I have planed down. There is some walnut, some oak, and some maple. Now I'm going to cut them into 1.5 inch strips so that I can glue them together and then eventually plane them down so that the total thickness will be 1.25. Here are the boards all cut. Each piece is 1.5 inch thick. I'm going to glue them together. Next, we just gotta let this sit overnight. I'm gonna clean up some of the glue. It's the next day. Now I'm gonna unclamp it. I suspect that these things are gonna be stuck. Not too bad. I forgot to wrap them with some wax paper, so hopefully they're not stuck too bad. There you go, guys. This one is completely unclamped. Now I'm going to cut it down to 12 inches and send it through the planer. I'm going to try and remove as much of this glue as I can before sending it through the planer. So I just finished planing and there is some snipe. I don't want to go any thinner on it, so I guess I'll just sand it out. Hopefully it's not too bad. Now I'm going to be cutting these down to 12 inches using the miter saw and the table saw. I must not have had enough glue on this piece, so I'm going to have to re-glue it. So I'm going to sand these down using 220 grit. During sanding, I noticed a lot of voids from knots and insects, so I'm cleaning them up with a wire brush and the air compressor so that I could fill them with some epoxy. Before I sand these down, I'm going to use this chisel and try and get as much of the epoxy off. That way it doesn't gum up on the sander. I think I need to get a card scraper. Okay, so it took a while to scrape off the epoxy and get these sanded down. I sanded down to 220, and now I'm going to put a round over around the edges of it. So I made this piece. It's going to go 1.5 inches from the edge, and it is what the lever is going to press onto. I am going to glue it on, and then I'm going to put some dowels in it once the glue dries. So now we're going to put some dowel rods in here, And I'm gonna do that 1.5 inches in, 1.5 inches in, and then on center. I didn't like the way this handle looked when it was curvy, so now I'm cutting it down on the table saw to give it a more geometric look. I put a round over on all the corners of the handle so that it is easier to use and hold. This is going to be the part that holds the handle. It's going to slide in there, and the dowel rod's going to go through. The dowel rod's going to be glued into these two pieces. This is just scrap wood from building this, and I'm going to glue it together right now. All right, the glue has dried. And here it is. Now I need to sand this down, remove the uneven parts. And then attach it here. Alright, so I got this dowel rod. I'm gonna hammer it in here. I'm gonna put a little bit of glue on this side and that side. Hopefully it'll be enough. I'm just putting a little tiny bit of glue in there because I don't want it to get on the handle and mess things up. Looks like my holes were off. So now I'm going to glue this on. After the glue dried, I secured it in place using some dowel rods. All right, guys, so this is it. It's all done. I sanded down this part. You put your dough right there, you close it, and you press this down for your tortilla. So now I'm going to put some mineral oil on this and let it soak in before I put some beeswax on it.